Hi, future doctors. Welcome to the next class. In this class, we will discuss if an object is projected vertically upwards. If an object is projected vertically upwards with some initial velocity u, it is going to meet a point P. It is going to meet a point P two times whenever it is coming upwards and after reaching maximum height. Again it is going to come downwards. After reaching maximum height, it is going to come downwards. So if you project this one object upwards like this, after reaching maximum height, again it will be coming downwards. So a point P is going to be meet. Point P is going to be meet two times. Whenever it is going upwards, it is taking, let us assume T1 time. So whenever it is coming downwards, again to the same point, it is going to take T2. Then what is the initial height? And at what height both are going to meet whenever it is coming upwards, whenever it is coming downwards. So let us assume point of projection is A, maximum height is B, this point P. So where it is going to meet two times. So this EAP is nothing but height. At what height it is going to meet. For this, we will use very simple formula. So already we are using this formula so many times. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So in T1 time, if it is meeting, how much height it is covering? Displacement h. H is equal to ut1. It is vertically projected body. Therefore, minus of g t1 square. So another time after T2 time it is meeting, but height is same. Therefore, h is equal to, but the time is different. ut2 minus of g t2 square. That is equation number 2. So from equation 1 and 2, both are going to be equal. At the time, ut1 minus of gt1 square is equal to ut2 minus of gt2 square. Correct? So now just you have to rearrange these equations according to our convenience. You can bring this one this side. U T1 minus T2. You can bring this one right side. Of G T1 square minus T2 square. So U into T1 minus T2 equal to half G into A square minus B square. A square minus B square can be written as T1 plus T2 into T1 minus T2. So A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus. Just this is mathematical equation. Now see if you cancel these two. U is equal to half G T1 plus T2. In previous class we discussed an object is dropped from top of the tower, an object is thrown downwards from the top of the tower, an object is projected vertically upwards with same initial velocity. Then at the time you got here minus. Now if you observe here you got plus, same equations. So equation will be same. This is initial velocity. You have to remember this equation, not this total derivation of g t1 plus t2. Plus will become. Now at what height those are going to meet? At what height those are going to meet means you have to put this equation either in 1 or 2. In any one equation you are going to put, you will get height. Shall we see what you are going to get this height? So take this equation 1. H is equal to u t1 minus half g t1 square. So what we got u there? U is equal to half g t1 plus t2. Substitute here. H is equal to half g t1 plus t2. I substituted u into t1 minus half g t1 square. If you multiply this, half g t1 into t1, t1 square, plus half g t1 t2 minus half g t1 square. What you got finally? So if you observe, h is going to be, if you observe previous one, so what we said, an object is thrown upwards from the top of the tower, an object is thrown downwards with initial velocity u, an object is dropped with zero initial velocity. Dropped means initial velocity. In this case, we will take zero. In this case also, h you got same equation. So this is 1 plus 1 offer. So if you prepare one concept, another concept also you are going to get. But what is the small difference means? In that case, we got minus there if you observe. Now here you got plus. That is the small difference. So at what height these are going to meet? This is nothing but object T1, T2. So if you write one problem on this, how you will write one problem? Just an object is projected vertically upwards. It is crossing a point P two times after 2 seconds, after 8 seconds. Means while going upwards, in 2 seconds time it is meeting. After reaching maximum, again it is coming downwards after 8 seconds. Then what is the height? At what height those are going to meet, they will ask. Half g into, so 8 into 2 we are going to use. 2 will be cancelled. G value 10 means 10 into 8. So at 80 meters it is going to meet. So what is the initial velocity, they will ask. What is the initial velocity? Half g t1 plus t2. So half into 10 into, so 8 plus 2. So 5, 10, 10 into 5, so 50 meter per second. So these two are the equations you have to remember. In the same question, so times they will give T1 and T2. What is the maximum height it is reaching, they will ask. What is the maximum height it is reaching? So it is taking a point P. T1 is 2 seconds. Again it is coming downwards. Whenever it is coming downwards, its time is 8 seconds to the same point. So what is the maximum height it is reaching, they will ask. What is the maximum height means? What is the maximum height in case of vertically projected body? We came to know u square by 2g. Already we got u. What is u here? Already we derived that equation. U is equal to half g t1 plus t2. This one you should not forget. So you can put this equation in this equation. Otherwise, first you can calculate u. You can substitute that u in this equation. Both are going to be same. Just I am giving equation for you. So g by 2 t1 plus t2 whole square. Correct? So g square by 4, 1 by 2g, g square by 4 t1 plus t2 whole square. 1g will be cancelled. So 4 into 2, 8. So g by 8 into t1 plus t2 whole square. I will prefer, whenever equation is asked, you will do like this. There is no other option. But whenever problem they're asking, so first you can calculate u. If you calculate u, if you substitute that u here, u square by 2g, you will get maximum height. Not only maximum height, they will ask time of ascent also. So if they give u and g, directly we can calculate time of ascent u by g. Correct? Now what is u means? You will get from this equation of g t1 plus t2 by g. So t1 plus t2 by, this is time of ascent. So very best method, whenever they're asking time of ascent, total time, time of descent, best method you can calculate this u. Okay, so previous one and this one, if you want to compare the equations, h is going to be same, of g t1 t2, previous concept. Which concept? This one. 3 cases, t1, t2, t3 they gave na. In this concept, what you are getting height and today's concept, what you are getting height, both are going to be same. But initial velocity of g t1 minus t2 of g t1 plus t2. This is only small difference. Just if you observe the small difference carefully, you can get very easily solve the problem. Okay, you can do like this. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.